Danny on the show today. Danny, how are you? Is it
I'm
Dan?
doing well, Jonathan. Nice to hear from you.
Dan or Danny? What do you want to be called today? The big D?
Danny's good. I like Danny.
All right. Now, I brought you on today because you are, well, first of all, we're both alums of Montville High School.
Yes, go Mustangs.
Go Mustangs. You played how many sports in high school?
I played 2, basketball and baseball.
And you were, now, did you make all county in high school playing baseball?
No, I basically rode off the coattails of my teammates. Like, everyone else was all county. We were so good. I got a lot of attention. But it was more like the teams kind of got me a lot of attention.
What position did you play in high school?
High school, I played second base in baseball, and I played guard in basketball.
And we talked about this. Anybody that you played with, they went to play college? Did anybody play any minor league baseball?
Well, as you know, like when I was a freshman, I guess, when we had that class we had Jim Price and Lester Archambault, right?
Right.
Who went on to play in the NFL, and Jim played baseball at Stanford. And then I did have a couple guys. This guy Eddie Rosenberg on my team, I believe, went to play some JUCO. So we had a lot of talent. It was the players I was playing against at the time in the late '80s that was amazing. Jeffrey Hammonds in baseball from Scotch Plains, who was drafted ahead of Derek Jeter.
Right, with the Orioles.
Stanford. Marcus Bragg, who went to play for the Timberwolves, played at Clifford Scott. Matt Maliko, who I lost to in the county finals, a pitcher from Morris Knowles, went to LSU, won a national title. So there was a lot of talent in the county at the time.
Okay, so you go from high school, and then where do you go to? You still were going to play. You wanted to play college, and where did you end up after high school?
Yeah, so I went to Tusculum College is where I wound up, at Tusculum College in Greenville, Tennessee, in the Smoky Mountains. They were NAIA back in the day. Now they're Big D2. So I really enjoyed it down there. My college coach, Tom Griffin's a pretty well-known coach. He's from Roxbury, New Jersey. That's how I wound up there. He's now the head coach at Carson Newman.
Okay.
Which is a real big D2 down there. A lot of guys drafted. So it was a real pleasure to play for this guy. Enjoy.
How did you end up in the Rocky Mountains of Tennessee? That's what I was asking myself.
Smoky Mountains, Tennessee. Yeah. It's just because what happened was there was a guy scout up here for the Reds named Dee Castro, and he when he was the coach down at Tennessee Westwood, which was a school in our conference, and he got this guy Tom Griffin, my coach, to come down and play for him, and that opened up like this Jersey pipeline. My first year there, it was myself, a kid from Morristown, Justin Zucker, and a kid named Kevin Erminio from Jefferson, who's now the single-A pitching coach for the Cleveland the Guardians.
Wow. All right.
Yeah, so he's over there. So that opened a Jersey pipeline. Then after that, a bunch of guys from Jersey started coming down from other schools and trying to rebuild the program, mixed in with the Southern guys. It wasn't all as easy with us playing over the Tennessee guys, because people in the South really weren't wild about that. Like people from Jersey playing over a Tennessee kid. So that was kind of an adjustment for all of us.
But so the whole pipeline was because he was looking up Jersey guys. But how did he find you? How did? That's what I was.
Great question. What happened was this guy, when he signed me to my letter of intent, Tom Griffin. He was, I'm guessing at the time, the youngest coach in America. He was probably 24 years old. When I look back, being a head coach at that age, and he was still playing. He was an All-American catcher, so he was still playing in the summers. So I would actually play against him, so he knew me from there. We all worked at a baseball camp called Mott Leaney. A lot of people in New Jersey might know that name. Mott Leaney was the baseball camp over in New York Academy, and they still have it. And we all worked together and played together. So that's how I got on his radar and the other two players.
Oh, okay. Now, man, I blanked because I had a question I want to follow up on that question. Oh, you told me you got there, and they said that you got by on your athletic ability, but they said your fundamentals suck. What, right? Didn't you tell me something like that?
Yeah. What happened was, we were like, in high school, we had so much talent that when I look back, I guess it was more my coach, Bob Studer, was a really amazing strategic guy. And we just had so much talent that I guess we were just so concerned about getting, the winning and stuff like that, which I can understand. So I was kind of lacking on the fundamentals, because today it's different. There's so much more education out there for baseball with like lessons and everything like that, travel teams. So you're right. When I got down there, I had to kind of really relearn some of the new stuff coming in. My coach was very old school, and they were teaching a lot of new techniques coming in. So I really had to learn like different stuff, keep my weight back at the plate, keep my top hand in on a ground ball, stuff like that. So I really learned how fundamental, how important it is in the whole equation.
Wow. It was like almost like learning how to walk in a way, right? I mean, you just got by
It was
on.
interesting, yeah, because you feel like at that age, I know so much, and then I realized I didn't know that much. I was getting by a lot of athletic ability, and the reason my teams were so good, it was interesting. We were pretty good in college by my senior year. My first year, Jonathan, we took our lumps. And in high school, people just bailed me out in basketball and baseball. So I had all this talent around me. In college, we were building the program. So it was also interesting learning about it as a business. I was getting a partial baseball scholarship, and I just started to learn stuff, differences between walk-ons and preferred walk-ons and scholarship players and full scholarships. Because each college has about, I believe it's like 11 scholarships, somewhere around there, full scholarships in baseball. And they just split them up however they see. They want to give a full one to someone, they do it. If they want to give 25% to someone else, they split up the scholarships, unlike basketball or football, where they have full scholarships for almost everyone.
And a preferred walk-on is what again?
It's interesting. I'm going through that right now. I'm dealing with it. I work at St. John's in the summer.
Right.
I'm trying to place a kid from Montville, Ryan Worley, for a walk-on shortstop. So a walk-on, a plain walk-on would just be like you and I show up on campus. The coach doesn't even know me. They have a 2-day tryout. I just show up. Preferred walk-on means that you are on the team. And when you get there, you're part of the team. You start practicing with them.